Welcome to Queen's Court, Kyria C. Davenport.
There she is.
Yay! Wait, death drop.
Everything.
Give it to us. Jason hit the floor.
Going?
You hit the... It's going well now that you're here.
Of
Yes.
course. Came in with a boom, huh?
Came in with a boom and a cat.
Boom,
Yeah.
cat, and a vamp look. I love this. You know,
Thank you.
You always look stunning. Welcome to Queen's Court. So glad to have you
Thank
here.
you for having me. You guys look amazing, by
Thank
the
you.
way.
Oh,
All
thank
handsome
you.
and stuff.
No, and we smell good too. So, people want to know, Kyria, how would you describe yourself? Because as we saw with Kahana Montrese, we thought, what is a hip hop queen? So, you are from the pageant world.
Yes.
You are from the legendary house of Davenport. Who
We
is
love to drag in
Kyria
the shows.
C. Davenport?
Kyria is, she, of course, y'all know she's that pageant girl, but she is that crazy homegirl, the girl up the street next door that's going to shoot the beep with you. And, you know, have fun, but she's also going to give it to you real raw and definitely uncut. She's that girl that's going to, she will tear you down if she needs to,
Okay.
but she'll extend her hand to help you up.
Okay,
So-
uncut.
Not me, but you know, hey.
You were part of that six-way lip sync not too long ago.
This is my cue.
Not your favorite moment, I can imagine.
all.
But you really pulled it out on that stage. Like, you were the one who was actually serving us something.
Baby, look, all I know is Ru had said, okay, you're going to lip sync for your life. I was thinking, girl, you stand up here with a French headpiece on, a French gown, Raja, these other girls have on leotards. What the hell are you about to do to make this work? And it was like, the lights went on, grab your dress, all right, let's make it work. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Like, I didn't see anyone at that moment that we were actually in the lip sync, but I didn't even see myself. Like, it was like an
Out-of-body
Out-of-body
experience.
Yeah, it was definitely that. Like, my headpiece came off. I leaned over on the lights at one point. It burned my neck. But at that, I was
Wow,
just like...
battle scars from Drag
But, you know,
Race.
listen, scars, but you're still here.
But thank you.
Scars,
You
but
said
you're
just what you
beautiful.
needed to say.
Come on. Yes, Bryce. Okay, so last night's elimination, what do you think? When you watch the eliminations, you sit back and think, yep, good choice? Or are you, because you lived that experience with the queens and the girls, are you heartbroken as well? Or do you harken back and think they should have gone home? That was the rightful choice.
It's kind of different for me because when we're actually in the moment, we're behind them. So we can't quite see exactly what they're delivering as far as facial-wise or even the words. So actually watching it last night, I'm just like... and I love both of them, but if I could be completely honest, it would have been a double sachet away.
Okay.
A lot of people on
Kyria's
social media
Drag
think
Race.
so. Yeah.
Now, you pulled out some looks last night. Can we
Yeah.
walk through some of your looks and...
Yes, even though I didn't make any of you
inspiration
guys'
behind them?
categories a while ago.
Well,
but
because you
hey.
were coming for this segment, we wanted to dig into it here with you, okay? All right, first up, this was amazing.
And I love
Thank
your
you.
thought behind it as well.
And then
Yes.
this, you had a little bit of a Maleficent moment here.
Yes,
I'm telling
I was going
you.
for more Maleficent tease there.
But those horns are actually glamorous.
And the spider, this was my favorite. This, to me, this is campy high fashion drag.
Yes.
So good, very well executed.
And I
Thank
feel
you.
like you told a story with these three looks because they all played together, but they were three very distinct drags.
And that's what I try to do with my looks. Like, I love a full look. I hate when someone actually gives you a look from neck down, and then it's like, girl, what hair do you have on?
Right.
Like, I need a full look. So when I got ready for Drag Race and I got ready for the actual three looks, I wanted to actually tell a story that you can look at it and tell that she's trying to tell a story and what that story just what that story is. So with my first look, the Trampy Trick-or-Treater, I hate being like the rest of the girls. I hate being something that you could predict. So when I decided to do the poker, I was like, I think this could actually be different. And then I wanted that something that was going to stand out. No other girl was going to bring props like that.
No.
So it was like, you have a whole poker table. It's like, girl, the cards in your hand, Ru, what are you going to do?
Literally, some of the best looks in Drag Race have been with props and people wanting to take a risk. You called it out, though, at the beginning of this episode, the relationship or alleged relationship between Heights and Vanjie, which I'm shipping. They're real sexy. What
yeah.
is the tea? Spill it. It's volcanic piping hot tea. We want to get burned by it.
Girl, listen, at first I thought it was convenience just because we were all in there together and it's like, girl, you need some type of something to feel on, a touch on, kiss on. But, you know, it actually grew to actually be something organic and real. So I'm happy for the both of them. I personally got tired of all the smacking noises from their kissing. It was just every 5 seconds, and I'm like, oh, Miss Thing, kill it. Like, I was a little jealous. It's okay.
Okay, so that's where it was coming from. And you, so far, are really the only queen to have clocked that this was going on. Was everybody talking about it and you are just the one that's getting shown on TV that saw it? Or were you really the one who called it out?
I was the one to call it out. Like, I pay attention to everything, and then it was like, because as you all know, we call ourselves the Dreamgirls, and we were kind of close, so it was like, we were paying attention always to each other, and then it was like, Brooke Lynn slowly was coming over, and it's like a little hug here, and I'm like, y'all know me in my faces. I'm like, baby, wait.
In your confessionals, I will admit, you are the one that's always, what's going on?
Yeah,
what's going on?
I got to try to figure out. I like understanding. I got to know what's going on, babe. What y'all got going over there?
You said you call your cohorts and your other queens the Dreamgirls. Who did you bond with the most throughout the season?
Of course, Silky Ganache and Vanessa Vanjie Mateo.
And what was it about? I mean, we're watching the show, but there's so much more that goes on behind the scenes. What was it about that bond that kept you guys so tight?
It was just like it came natural. It wasn't forced. It wasn't, hey, we're here on the show, let's try to make something for the TV. This something that it was three girls who actually genuinely wanted to help each other, and we used our backgrounds and brought them together and actually found a common ground, and it was like, hey. And that's why we never actually said on the show, Dreamgirls, because it wasn't something that we wanted to do for TV. It was just something that came natural, and we just put a name to it.
Okay, I like that. And it is nice you do kind of come from at least two different worlds. Silky's also a pageant girl.
Right.
But has a different aesthetic than you do. And Vanjie comes from a totally different world, the club world, Miami. So it's very cool to see you guys helping each other out, because usually we don't see the queens helping each other out.
It's very cutthroat.
It's very cutthroat.
I feel like it's gotten more as Drag Race has become more famous. So it's a global phenomenon. Plus, with social media, it seems like they're going to be the Real Housewives of Drag Race. You know? Seriously.
You know what?
That's where she wants to go.
Thank you. Honestly, with Drag Race, a lot of times for television, I've noticed a lot of girls put on for TV, and it's like everybody wants to be best friends, but it's like no one's actually telling their truth of how they really feel. It's okay. If you don't like something I did this week, for instance, a lot of people had a problem with Silky. Tell Silky that you're not comfortable with, the way she does certain things. There's nothing wrong with it. We can actually move past that. I can let you know how I feel about the situation, and we can keep going. So, I mean, it's just crazy. It just depends on the girls, honestly.
All right, next week. Can you spill us a little tea on next week? What are we going to see?
Me. I'm back again next week.
She's like, ironclad NDA. Can't talk about that.
RuPaul's laugh is coming from somewhere back in another room.
Right. No,
She's in this mic, I hear her.
She's like on, what's The Handmaid's Tale, the Ever Watching Eye?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So you had said about being transparent on the show and in the workroom. If you have a problem with someone, keep it pushing. Who couldn't you stand in the workroom? Like, who got under your skin that was just like, girl, can you sachey away?
He's trying to dig up some drama right now.
Yeah. No, it's one of the questions.
He's really clawing at it.
I'm a journalist.
If I can think back, let me see. I would have to say Ariel Versace. Only because because personally, as a person, I enjoy Ariel, but when it came to many challenges, it was just like, girl, just do it. Like, I don't dance. So when it came to get ready for a dance challenge, it was like, I'm not going to make excuses that I don't dance. It's like, I'm going to try to figure out a way to actually learn how to do what it is I need to do.
Instead of I would stand there on the stage.
Hello.
While getting choreography.
Because that's not going to help.
Well, but in Ariel's defense, though, and I've never been a contestant on the show in that capacity, but I do think from watching it, it has to be, there are moments when you're lip syncing for your life where you think you've worked so hard. This has been your drag career up until this point, the most definitive point up to now of your career. You're here, and the fear is paralyzing.
Well, I was in a 6-way lip sync. So, I mean, there's still no excuse, though. At the end of the day, I mean, we all know we came into when we came to Drag Race. We didn't know how hard it was going to be, but being here, you know what your goal is. So the stress that comes along with it, you're going to be faced with dancing challenges, you're going to be faced with acting challenges, sewing challenges, and who knows, Ru might make you try to swim in drag. So, I mean, you just have to prepare yourself and be open enough to actually try it, give it a try, and not whine about it, because it's here. I mean, crying is not going to change the situation. It's just going to make it worse.
Yeah.
All right, I feel a season 12 challenge coming. Swim in drag.
Well, in a chainsaw bikini.
I'm
wow.
on season 11, so y'all don't blame me.
All right, you couldn't spill any tea on next week, but how would you describe in one word what is still to come this season?
Romance.
What? Whoa. With whom?
Not me, baby.
You're just watching.
I'm just a bystander looking, paying attention.
Looking pretty well paying attention.
Thank you.
And you do it so well. One last question. I always ask the queens this because I think that we draw inspiration from different queens from the past who've come before us. Who have been some of your favorite queens and ones that you still celebrate to this day?
From the show?
The industry in general.
From the show, I would have to say Sasha Velour, Shea Coulee. I love those two, and Roxy, of course, because they don't stay in one specific box. They actually would test the waters with their looks. And if you have been paying attention, I like to test the waters with my looks. Off the scene, of course, I would have to, off Drag Race, I would say. Erica Andrews, rest in peace. My mother, of course, Armani Nicole Davenport. And Akira, something about her.
Just something about that girl.
Just something about her.
And also, who's your favorite pit crew member?
Well, they had this one fine one, girl. It was real fine.
The redhead?
Yeah.
Just kidding. But I have to get that question in there, okay? I got to rep for the pit crew.
He fishing, y'all.
Akira, you are amazing. You are smashing it this season. I should stop saying smashing it. You are owning it this season. And congratulations on all your continued success. And we enjoy watching you every week on the show.
Thank you. So I have a question for you.
Yes, baby.
Ooh.
So with the pit crew, do y'all have to stuff y'all panties?
All right. And with that...
asking the question everyone wants to know.
Thank you.
Really, Bryce, did you want to know that, Bryce?
Sometimes I look at it and I'm like,
Right, because some of them are kind of like,
Well, I'm just going to end on that note saying this. I am au naturel. Okay?
okay.
I'll see for myself.
Oh, my God, this awkward moment on Queen's Court. All right. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You're always welcome back. Be
you.
sure to watch RuPaul's Drag Race every Thursday on VH1 because Akira is still there, killing the game. And like always, we want to leave you with Mama's words to live by.
And remember, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? All right, now let the music play.